Feminism was part of the Jewish group evolutionary strategy, which came out of the think tank known as the Frankfurt School. Its goal was to cause resentment, division, and weaken the relationships between men and women in the Gentile society, to destroy the institute of marriage and the sanctity of the family. Women would be turned into working units. Feminism is the idea that women are free when they serve their employers, but slaves when they help their husbands. Through promoting abortion and radical feminism, the sexes would turn against each other and consequently lower their demography by preventing childbirth. Feminist propaganda would brainwash white women that marriage constitutes slavery for them, and that freedom for women cannot be won without the abolition of marriage and traditional relationships.
Jewish intellectuals, Jewish activists have been very involved in feminism, for example. There has been a tendency to see the white male as something that has to be sort of demoted in society. Because there's no question that, say, in the year 1950, that white males ran the show in America. Feminism, women were happy to stay at home and have children. Now women are encouraged to go off and have careers, and they have very few children. My view is that it would be far better, I think a lot more women would be happier being wives and mothers than they would be getting into the world of work where they have to be competitive. They have to sort of pretty much put the family on the back burner.
Sexism was the epithet coined by the abortion-promoting feminist Jew Margaret Feldman. This epithet would be used to attack any person who uphold the natural order and mutually complementary roles of these sexes in society. Feminism has absolutely nothing to do with protecting women. It is a cultural Marxist program to degrade and subjugate white men, and of course also white women.
Well, one of the things they told me was that he was at the house one night, and we were talking, and he started laughing. He said, "Aaron, what do you think women's liberation was about?" And I said, I'm pretty conventional thinking about it at that point. I said, I think it's about women having the right to work, getting equal pay with men, just like they won the right to vote, And he started to laugh. He said, "You're an idiot." And I said, "Why am I an idiot?" He said, let me tell you what that was about. We, the Rockefellers, funded that. We funded women's lib, And we're the ones who got all over the newspapers and television, the Rockefeller Foundation. He says, and you want to know why? He says, there were two primary reasons. And one reason was we couldn't tax half the population before women's lib. And the second reason was, now we get the kids in school at an early age. We can indoctrinate the kids how to think. It breaks up the family. The kids start looking at the state as the family, as the school, as the officials, as their family, not as the parents teaching them. And so those are the two primary reasons for women's lib, which I thought up to that point was a noble thing. When I saw their intentions behind it, where they were coming from when they created it, the thought of it, I saw the evil behind what I thought was a noble adventure.
The Jewish radical feminist Robin Morgan stated that, "I feel that man-hating is an honorable and viable political act, that the oppressed have a right to class hatred against a class that is oppressing them. We can't destroy the inequities between men and women until we destroy marriage." Linda Gordon, Jewish feminist and historian, explains that the nuclear family must be destroyed. Whatever its ultimate meaning, the breakup of families now is an objectively revolutionary process. In order to do this, Jewish feminist Andrea Dworkin stated that they will have to destroy the structure of culture as we know it. Its art, its churches, its laws, its nuclear families based on father right and nation states. She continues, "I want to see a man beaten to a bloody pulp with a high heel shoved in his mouth, like an apple in the mouth of a pig." The Jewish feminist Susan Sontag says that the white race is the cancer of human history.
Fighting for gay marriage generally involves lying about what we're going to do with marriage when we get there. Because we lie that the institution of marriage is not going to change. And that is a lie. The institution of marriage is going to change, and it should change. And again, I don't think it should exist.